Hideaway Tavern and Grill, American Legion Mabel, Mabel Liquor Store, Trails End, American Legion Long Prairie, Rose City Bar, American Legion La Center, Rivers Bend Bar and Grill, The Wheelhouse, Brandon Municipal Liquor, The Foundry Pub, The Bar Hastings, as well as the Tavern of Starbuck, all getting those Pilot TVs. Here's a little bit of luck heading out to you guys, and hopefully you can take home some of these nice prizes, as we got some really good ones in this game number 1 of Game Day Bingo. $68 on that monitor you could take home in 52 balls or less. That major prize sitting at $1,452 you can take home in 49 balls or less, as well as that mega prize sitting at $10,000 you could take home in 45 balls or less.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a great one. So make sure you guys are sticking around all game day long, as we got a bunch of different money amounts on the line for you guys today to you guys to take home some awesome jackpots. And if you guys take home a cash amount over $600, you guys get to count towards our total jackpots for season 13 already, as we've ended up having 34 different jackpots just in the last 7 days kicking off this season, and already at 44 different jackpots for season 13.
2 of which just went out yesterday. The first one went out to Bull over at Corner Bar in Goodhue, taking home $3,300. Great job to Bull, as well as a good job to Hank and Gemma, who were playing over at Max's on Main, who took home $1,616.
Yeah, nicely done to both of our jackpot winners yesterday. Hopefully you guys can take home some great prizes and be on the list for tomorrow's shoutouts. So hopefully you guys stick around and take home some great cash options. But we got a bunch of different options for you guys to take home cash, like in our E-Tab games. The latest one we released before the new year struck was the phone tag. It's an awesome E-Tab game where you can win big in the gossip bonus, or even watch the credits roll in the call around the world bonus. It's a lot of fun and some great cash there.
Yeah, definitely. I am a huge fan of phone tag, as it's got some really fun gossip in it, and so definitely check it out to see all those funny gossip tips that they have. But if you guys want to see a little preview of that game, or just want to know weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, progressives, player pictures, and more, head on over to our Facebook page. You can search up Pilot Games on Facebook, and you'll see our logo. Click on that, and you'll see at the top of our page a little website link. It has links to our bar locations, our social media, our streams, and so much more. So hopefully you guys are checking out all the options that are over there on Facebook, as well as just checking out all of our live bingo that's going to be running out throughout today. Before we get into the live bingo for today, we do have Thor over at the Sunshine Depot taking home a nice $8.50 must-go prize. Good job, Thor.
Absolutely. And as we get enrolled in game day game number 2, we got that minor prize clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less, making things a little bit more doable as that cash continues to grow. So make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting enrolled in the next 2.5 minutes.
Oh yeah, but seeing Thor get the win, and I'm pretty sure Thor is like second for most amount of movie appearances out of any superhero of all time.
Really?
Because Marvel has been going on for this long now,
Yeah.
and he's one of the few characters that has stayed in a bunch of different
Yeah.
movies, and so he's now, I think, up there with Hugh Jackman with movie appearances as a superhero character. And so because we've talked about how hard it would be to recast Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. If you had to recast a Thor, who would you have play your Thor? This is a real interesting one. I have no idea.
Really
I have no idea where I'd go with it, because there's lots of different options. You could go with a more mythologically like based Thor, where he's a bigger, not as ripped of a dude, and he looks more like that. Or you could just stick with the favorite fan kind of Thor with the blonde hair, skinny and buff, and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't know who I would pick. We're taking a little peek and seeing who people would fan cast as their Thor. And
I'm surprised that you didn't go with the guy that who's the guy that played Tarzan?
he was the first thing that came to my head, Alex Skarsgård.
Yes.
He was the first person that popped in my head because he would play an awesome Thor. But I also don't like the idea of that actor as a superhero.
Yeah, I also don't like the idea of him in Marvel. Like, I don't think he fits with Marvel.
I don't think he fits a superhero.
Humor or anything like that. He's not much of a comedic actor.
Not at all.
And so I just don't see that being the case.
I don't know who. There's a specific actor that they have a picture of that I don't know his name. that I could definitely see playing him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who he is either.
And it doesn't give his name. Yeah, I don't have a set actor who I think I would pick.
Yeah, I don't either. But I just wanted to see if you had any kind of straight off the dome picks.
I wish. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, I will go with my straight off the just not thinking too hard about it pick. I would go with the guy from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I thought of him as well.
Yes, I'll go with him. I think you give him. Now, this is a Thor with a beard that I would like for him. Is not just a Thor, clean shaved and everything like that.
Yeah, I think his name's like Charlie Ham or something.
Yeah, he's the guy that I picked.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yes, so that's my fan casting without thinking too heavily about it, just because he's kind of got the same vibe to him as.
He looks like he could be straight out of Valhalla. Like they all just look like Vikings with the long hair and the rugged blonde going for him.
Which is all you got to go with when you're casting a Thor. So I feel like he'd be a perfect casting. But let's talk about the bingo schedule for today, we're going to be playing 3 different stints of game day bingo today. Right now, you're in the first stint, running from 12 all the way till 1. As we end every stint of game day bingo, we play 1 game of Lucky 4 bingo right at 1 p.m. as you can take home $68,000 available there. If it doesn't go out there, it'll be growing and rolling to the following opportunities of game day bingo, but you'll have to wade through a 1 to 4 stint of game day bingo, as we'll be playing some really good unhosted game day bingo from 1 to 4 that will lead you right into the happy hour.
Absolutely, and then right at 4 p.m. it's gonna be Will and John taking on over our happy hour today from 4 to 6, and that's when you guys get that second and third opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. If that prize of over $68,600 does not go out at 1 p.m., your next opportunity is that 4 p.m. span. But at 4, you get that first round, and then you jump right into 23 games of game day bingo, where wherever those prizes grow to at the end of that 1 to 4 span, you pick them right back up and continue playing for the rest of our happy hour show. It's definitely a lot of fun, and they'll finish off that with a game of that Lucky 4 Bingo, the last opportunity of the day for that $68,000.
Yeah, definitely some fun stuff there. And that'll lead you right into Skull Bingo, but that Skull Bingo will be interrupted tonight with MegaSota Game Night. It starts at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki are excited to be back for their very first PGL night of this season 13, and I think they plan to give out a lot of PGL points, a lot of prizes, as well as hopefully that Jackpot Jungle prize that's sitting at $3,034 you could take home in 54 balls or less.
There it is. We got LTJR over at Sue's Penalty Box taking home that prize. It's looking like $11 on that Musco is going out to you as we get involved in this round number 3, where that minor prize is clicking up from 54 to 56 balls or less.
Yeah, it should be some fun stuff as you guys are getting rolled in this game number 3. But like I was talking about, MegaSota Game Night will be interrupting that Skull Bingo. But make sure you're not skipping out on Skull Bingo either, as running from 6 to 6:40. And then after MegaSota Game Night all the way till 10 o'clock, you'll have opportunities at 3 different great prizes, like a line prize of $391 that you can take home in 10 balls or less, a large frame of $10,488 you can take home in 43 balls or less, and a coverall of $24,600 you can take home at 50 balls or less. All of them being a lot of fun to take home.
Absolutely. It's a great amount of fun. So make sure you guys are coming out for tonight. And not just that, we got another one happening tomorrow, that Wild Wednesday. Make sure you guys are checking that out tomorrow, 7 to 9 each and every Wednesday. It's a lot of fun and some great PGL points and jackpots to be won.
Oh, yeah. Should be an absolute great time. But as you guys are getting after it, we do have some national days to get into. The first one being National Houseplant Appreciation Day. One of the best ways to enhance a space is by adding houseplants. The busy holidays cause many of us to neglect some of our regular routines, including houseplant care. National Houseplant Appreciation Day on January 10th serves as a reminder to give your houseplants a little extra attention to keep them thriving.
I wish I was better at taking care of houseplants.
I was about to say, I've gotten you a few plants. Not that many, but just probably like 3 or 4 different plants throughout our relationship, and each one has probably died within the month.
No. I don't think so.
Do we have one that's survived a long time?
Okay, you've gotten me 2 bouquets of flowers that were dead within a week. That's for sure.
Yeah, the
I'll
bouquets.
admit that.
No, I'm not talking about the bouquets. I'm talking about the little potted flowers that I've gotten you. I've gotten you like 3 different ones of those. One of them stayed in your car for like a few days and then died in your car.
I don't even remember these.
The one stayed by your bedside table that had the purple.
That was like an actual flower thing though, and that died quickly.
Yeah, that died quickly, and then
We also left it for like 4 days straight as soon as we bought it, and so unfortunately, it didn't have the necessary tools to succeed.
Yeah, but just point is that I've seen
But
you
no,
kill off
we
houseplants like crazy.
No, we still have 3 going strong, 2 going strong.
Yes, we have the rubber plant, which I brought home, which is a super fun one. I've really enjoyed our rubber plant that we have. We got to get better about, taking care of it. This is a good day to remind me to actually take a little bit better care of it, as it's a very thriving, strong plant that takes a lot for it to die off. So I love a plant like that because I'm just so
it's just
busy.
a shame 'cause
I'm so all over the place, and so
our cat loves the leaves.
yeah, he definitely does. But I'm super excited to actually get a place for it, near a window and everything like that. But right
Yes.
now, it's kind of been put all over the apartment, just trying to figure out a general place for it to go.
Because it's a large pot. It's hard.
It's a large plant.
Yeah, it is. It's massive. It's like, yeah, it's a large plant. But
It definitely is. But it's super fun. I think it adds a lot of color to the area.
absolutely. But I feel like I want to get a plant stand for it.
Yes,
Like
that's
it's too big for a table, not tall enough for the floor. Like
Yeah.
it needs a plant stand.
yeah, that's what I think. I probably have to just head on over to a store and pick up one of those.
Good old Marshalls.
Yeah, super easy. I mean, there's lots of places that hold those plant stands, so we could definitely check out a few of those. Hopefully, we could show it off, pretty soon. But I
Ben
definitely
has called me a houseplant killer.
Yes, I agree with him.
What do you do to help 'em?
Houseplants would be terrified of you.
What do you do to help
I
'em?
don't ask for houseplants to be in the house
You bring them in.
because you want them. Because I'm trying to be a good.
I didn't ask for those 2 plants. They're massive. They were gifted to us by his yaya.
I only brought one plant. What other massive plant are you talking about?
The one in our bathroom. It's not massive, but
I thought you got that one.
no. I think your mom got us it.
Oh yeah, my mom definitely got that
I was
one.
going to say, I haven't bought a single plant for that house.
Yes, but yeah, I get.
And yet I'm responsible for them.
You 100% are because, what 2 plants are still living right now that have been alive in our apartment for a while?
No thanks to you.
Thanks to me.
He hasn't done a thing.
I watered the rubber plant. I mean, I don't know.
I water the one in the bathroom
Okay, so we both have our singular plant.
that we're keeping alive.
Exactly.
We have each a plant, and that is all we can have.
Okay, if I was the bathroom plant, I'd be a lot more
Ian,
scared.
Ben's saying you just have to look at them and they die.
Yeah, that's I don't do anything to help them, so I guess that's my point. We've got
Crop Slayer, as long as you're not a crop duster, I guess. But they're playing over at Lucky's Tavern and end up taking home $14.50 on that Musco. Nicely done, Crop Slayer. But we are about to begin enrolled in round number 4 now, with that minor prize clicking up to 58 balls or less and officially over $100 on that prize. So definitely get enrolled in the next 2 minutes because we are looking to give out this great prize.
Oh yeah, Ben says I'm cleared of all responsibilities of the plant. So I'm gonna take that as I'm not the houseplant killer. We got 2 minutes to get enrolled in this one. But houseplants, they're great. I absolutely love them. I wish I could take care of more of them, but, living in an apartment, moving all over the place, and just living in...
I've also just never been educated on the proper care for plants because each plant has different care that they need.
Yeah. No, I've
And so
definitely
if
been
I
good
had the
about that
time and
stuff.
I educated myself, I'm sure I could keep plants alive. I just don't.
Yeah, we don't have the time to learn it or
don't.
take care of them. So I like, the ones that are, resilient. Those are the ones I need.
Yes, I need like a snake plant that I just like can't kill.
Yeah, exactly. A nice, what are they called that are really hard to die? They don't die very easily.
Snake plants.
No, I'm talking about like it's a whole
Cactus. What are you talking
whole
about?
type of plants.
Oh, I don't know then.
John had them, had a big bowl of it, right? Right.
Succulents?
Yeah, succulents. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are like cactuses.
Yeah, but I was trying to be more broad than
Oh,
cactuses. We do have 1 minute and 10 seconds to get enrolled in this game. We got a minor prize of $118 you can take home in 58 balls or less. 58 balls is definitely a doable ball count right here as we're getting into this game number 4 of Game Day Bingo.
Speaking of interesting plants and the processes that they take, there's a specific bee that when they pollinate using rhododendron flowers, the honey that they make is literally called hard honey because it's got properties of hallucinogenics and alcohol.
Ah, interesting.
And it's just commonplace honey.
Really?
But they have to be pollinated with a rhododendron flower, apparently.
For it to become
Hard honey.
That's really, really interesting.
It's so interesting, and apparently it's just a small village in Nepal, and the bees form their hives up on the top of cliff sides, and so this small
yes,
village
you're talking about
like
those ones.
climbs up and has to pick down the hives of honey, and
Yes.
they sell, and it's like almost the entire profit of the village that they live off of this hard honey income because it's hard to come by.
Wow.
And they just have such abundance of it because apparently there's just a ton of rhododendrons in Nepal,
Yeah.
but
That's really, really interesting.
so interesting.
Yeah, and it's also, it has to be the specific bee as well because it's no other bee can fly at that altitude.
Interesting.
Yeah. A fun little fact for you. But happy National Houseplant Day. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Take care of your houseplants a little bit more on today.
Oh, we got the bingo queen herself. Elsa is out there playing with us. Haven't seen you out there in a minute. Nice to see you. We got a bunch of other players as well, like Millsy as well as Pookie, all trying to take home prizes. We already got 15 balls dropped in this game, but we're going to jump right into our next National Day because this is an important one, as it is National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. National Cut Your Energy Cost Day encourages consumers to explore their options to keep up with scheduled maintenance. Each year on January 10th, the observance provides information designed to help homeowners and businesses reduce energy costs and improve efficiency. Did you know that turning up your heat bill can actually save you up to 3 to 10% annually?
Yeah, it's really interesting how energy costs can actually be improved and stuff like that because it can be different than what you actually expected. Because a lot of people, they turn off and on their heater. It causes a lot more energy usage.
Yeah, especially in homes.
Just keeping it at like a cool, nice 70 degrees for your heater. It's the best way to just keep your energy costs low, keep you at a general the same temperature for long periods of time.
Absolutely, and I even was just doing research on solar panels, and apparently the cost of solar panels has decreased over 80% since they first hit the market in 2010.
Wow, that's really, really cool.
So they're trying to make it a lot more affordable, a lot more practical, but it's really interesting to see how they're developing and trying to advance that technology to make it more commonplace for everyone.
Yeah, I've always thought that I would love to have like a shed with solar panels on top of it, just to power like maybe little things, not even power like my entire house, but just to,
But even having a singular solar panel can cut up to like, I think the statistic was like $5,000 in cost annually.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways you can save energy, and that's another way that you can save energy and do it cleanly and actually have an impact on the world as well by helping out with your little carbon footprint.
Absolutely. We got Mama Bit, though, over at Broadway Pizza Coon Rapids, taking home that must go $15.40 on this round as we are moving towards this next game where that minor prize is clicking up still, now at 60 balls or less, definitely more doable and looking to get in one of your guys' pockets. And if you're looking for an easier way to kind of cut your costs, a great way to do so is just making sure you unplug things when you leave and turning off the lights behind you.
Yeah, unplugging stuff is absolutely huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I've gotten into now the habit, and it's been a really good habit that whenever we go on long trips is I go through all
Unplug
of our kitchen
everything.
appliances and I just unplug it. I mean, outside.
Mostly they stay unplugged anyway.
Yes, that's very, very true. But the toaster that doesn't get unplugged and the other random things that don't get unplugged, I make sure to unplug them before we head out, just so that we don't waste that energy just for during that time. It just makes no sense.
It's a great thing to do. So there's a bunch of different ways that you guys can cut your energy costs, and today is the day to maybe educate yourself and find ways that you can implement it into your day-to-day life.
Oh yeah, next up on our National Day list is actually Save the Eagles Day. Each year on January 10th, Save the Eagles Day reminds us of the majestic raptors that soar above the earth. Whether they are well-populated or endangered due to the work, scientists and the public, the bald eagle was removed from this list on June 2007. Poaching, pesticides, and other dangers continue to threaten the eagle population.
Absolutely. They are such majestic birds. I remember the first time I saw one here in this area, I literally pulled over to the side of the road and got out of my car to watch him. It was so cool. I had just never seen one in the wild like that.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We got to actually see an eagle while we were over there in Minnesota. One of our trips over, as we ended up, as we had a little bit of free time in the middle of our day, we decided to make a little pit stop at a nice little nature trail drive. And when we were driving through that whole entire place, it was, I mean, lots of crazy different creatures that we
So
saw,
cool.
from coyotes to just really cool ladybugs or butterflies. But I mean, probably one of the coolest things we ended up seeing was a giant eagle's nest. I mean, took up
the
pretty much
entire top part
the
of the tree.
entire tree. I mean, just was an absolutely massive eagle's nest, and then watching it soar too was just
I know, we
absolutely
could just see like
insane.
the silhouette of it sitting on top of the tree and stuff. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was a very cool experience.
Very picturesque.
And probably was one of my favorite parts of that drive, outside of probably seeing the lake that had like 1,000
Oh my
swans
gosh,
in it.
So many. It was very cool experience. It was like 30 minutes outside of Plymouth, and it was just a couple miles, but we ended up being there for a good hour, I'd say.
Yeah, we definitely took our time around there, and I actually wish, because we actually had to leave to get to something, and which I was a little disappointed, as I would have loved to take probably a whole nother hour on that trail.
Apparently, bald eagle calls in movies and documentaries are fake.
Yeah, you didn't know that? They actually they use, I forget what bird they actually use, but they sound more like a squawk, and more it's more high pitched than the movies, as the movies I think use a hawk
That
of
would
some
make
sort. It's a
sense.
certain type of hawk, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting. Yeah, they use. Yeah, it's a completely different bird's call. That's really cool. Yeah, we had to get somewhere, but we actually plan on next time we're in that area. There's that extra trail in there that we want to go around.
Yeah, that was the walking part of
Yeah,
the trail.
because there was one mile one on the first half, and then another one on the second half. And unfortunately, we weren't able to go to the second one. But
Yes.
we definitely want to do that. It
And
was
we kind
very
of just had to
cool.
drive pretty quickly through the rest of the drive, because we got about like 3/4 of the way done, and then we were like, okay, we got to get out of
Yeah,
here.
and then we realized we were supposed to be meeting good old Tony for dinner.
Yes, exactly. We were trying to get there, and we ended up getting there on time. But it was a lot of fun just seeing all the nature, and then especially seeing the eagle was absolutely one of the cooler experiences of that drive.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great one. Eagles are just really interesting in general. I mean, even down to their mating rituals is just so strange.
Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting bird.
Well, it's definitely a day to spread awareness, and so if you guys can do your part and help try and protect the eagles, then today is the day to absolutely do so. Moving on to our next national day, it's National Shop for Travel Day. And as the holiday season fades away, our minds turn to the next opportunity for a vacation. And while that may seem pretty far off, National Shop for Travel Day on the second Tuesday of January reminds us that we should start planning now.
Oh, yeah, we definitely love traveling. Everyone loves going out to vacation destinations, and being proactive on that travel is always the best way to find the best prices, find the best options for you to be able to get to the places you want to be. We do have Whitmer over at Broadway Pizza Coon Rapids taking home a nice must-go prize of $29.10 in this game number 5 of Game Day Bingo. We are now getting enrolled into a game number 6, as that minor prize will be clicking up from 60 to 62 balls or less. Before we move too far away from our Eagle Day, Ben actually checked in and let us know what bird they use in movies instead of an eagle, and that is a red-tailed hawk.
Hawks are so cool.
Yeah, and have a really cool sound.
Absolutely.
But National Shop for Travel Day. Now, where is a place that you would love to proactively look to be able to go to during this year?
This year,
Yeah.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. That would definitely be a super fun one.
That's my really big want.
That's your really big want.
And it's like the most doable as well.
Yes, I think that one's a really cool one. I would definitely choose. I want to go to Tijuana. I want to go see my grandpa, as he now stays in Tijuana with his wife, and so I would love to be able to go take a little visit there, spend a week just chilling in Tijuana. I mean, it just feels like a perfect situation.
They talk about some of the most picturesque things there, and I would love to go see what they talk about.
No, and just to be ingrained in the culture that's over there would be really cool to just see what kind of lifestyle would be lived. How's my grandpa living right now? That's what I want to know.
I think it'll be really weird for me to see how many dogs are there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be an interesting
And like
thing.
that you don't just like go up to the dogs you see on the street and stuff. Like having to like hold myself back from not going up to stray dogs or dogs walking
yes.
around the neighborhoods because everybody in that neighborhood all has dogs, multiple
Yes.
of them. And so like I feel like that will be a little strange for me not being allowed to like go up to every dog I see.
Yeah, that would definitely be weird. Just because I'm a huge dog person as well,
Yeah.
and so I would definitely want to go up and talk to those. Go and pet
Talk
those
to
dogs.
his dogs, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I would talk to those dogs too, so I guess that is the right phrase. But I think going to Tijuana would be a lot of fun. That's one of the ones that's on the forefront of my mind of places I'd like to travel to. I would also really like to travel to. I mean, there's a few other places. I'd love to go to Nashville at some point, as I've never had a Nashville trip. I would love to go to, like you said, Louisiana go down there. I mean, if I could ever get down there for Mardi Gras, would absolutely be crazy. I think if you're talking about outside the country, Brazil is one of the top places I would like to go outside the country, as I have a buddy that I was really, really close to when he did foreign exchange, when he was a foreign exchange student over there. And I'd love to be able to go over there, visit him, be able to see all the different things in Brazil that are just make it so beautiful.
I think I would like to go to either Spain or Portugal for like my first out of.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Europe for my first trip out of
I've never
the
been
country.
out of the country other than to Canada. Like.
Yeah, and so you would like to go to Europe?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, that definitely would be.
I don't think I would like to do like the Italian European countries. Like I don't think I'd like to do that as my first trip because that I would like to do as like an entire backpacking trip itself. Like spending that time
right
doing
around
it.
the trains around there.
Exactly.
And go to different spots.
Yeah, I think I would really like to treat Spain as its own trip.
Yeah, I'd also like to go to Sydney, Australia at some point.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Can't right now though.
Yeah, no, you cannot. I mean, I'm just thinking of other places. I would love to go to Japan at least once in my life.
Have you seen the mosquito infestation that's in Australia because of the flooding they had?
No, I have not seen anything about it.
They can't even go outside.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It swarms. And apparently their mosquitoes there have preferences to the people they attack.
Don't every mosquito have that?
The ones here are a little bit dumber.
I was about to say, because I thought, like, I know that I get bit more than the average person with mosquitoes, and just because of, I don't know, there's just certain people that get bit more with the mosquitoes mattering on your blood content.
But it's the mosquitoes themselves that find their own preferences, and they're willing to wait in an area for days on end for specific people.
Really?
And they will go and get mosquitoes to come and eat the same person.
So they actually, like, try and stick around to try and find specific people.
They have a couple day longer lifespan than our mosquitoes.
Interesting.
And like they're just crazier. I mean, every bug in Australia is more evolved and a little bit more advanced and scary than ours.
Yeah. I mean, especially here up in the Midwest.
Yes.
You go down to Florida, you go down to Texas. There's a lot of crazy bugs down there
I'm
as
sure.
well. So
I'm spoiled. I don't have much experience with that.
we do have Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven taking home a great jackpot of $218.50. Good job, Nan, in this game number 6 of Game Day Bingo. We're now getting rolled into a game number 7 with that minor prize reverting back to 52 balls or less, but a double Musco will be available as $49. It was already built up in that Musco and only growing as people get enrolled into this upcoming game. Well, happy National Shop for Travel Day. It's definitely a great day to go out there and look for a place, destination you'd like to go to. Next up on our National Day list, though, is National Oysters Rockefeller Day. National Oysters Rockefeller Day on January 10th recognizes a dish so rich there was only one man's name that this dish could bear at the time. At least that's the story according to chef who masterfully created the famous recipe in the French Quarter.
Very cool stuff. Yeah, my grandmother was a huge Oysters Rockefeller gal.
Yeah, I don't think I might have tried, if I've had Oysters Rockefeller, it's been with your family, which I don't think I have.
No, because my family gets raw oysters.
Okay.
It's just my grandma God that passed. This was like, she would only eat these oysters. These are baked oysters with spinach and cream and cheese and...
Oh, so this is more of kind of my thing. Like,
yes,
I would totally be way more into Oyster Rockefeller than I am into the raw oysters.
They're baked. Some people put breadcrumbs on them.
Ooh, you throw some breadcrumbs on there, I think you've sold me on Oysters
it's like
Rockefeller.
spinach dip oyster, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I think I could actually enjoy this kind of oyster. As I've always viewed oysters as like gross. I don't think I can. I mean, like I know they're tasty and stuff like
You
that,
can
but
say
for
it's
me,
gross,
I'm
it's
not.
okay.
For me, my taste preference.
I don't
I'm
think
not
anyone
a fan
will
of
judge you.
oysters. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common preference is not
Yeah.
liking oysters. But I think
No, I think the
oysters.
fact that I could like slurp 12 of them and still want more, I think that's more outlandish.
Yeah, that is. It is. But I think Oysters Rockefeller seems like a little bit more up my alley, especially the few variations that I'm seeing that look
Yes.
look really, really tasty.
And see, most people eat raw oysters with just a little lemon, maybe some hot sauce, maybe some cocktail, whatever. But with these, a lot of people typically have toast points, like little toasts, like bread,
Yes.
and they'll put this on it and eat it like that.
That sounds delicious.
I think you would absolutely love it.
Yeah, I really want to try this. I'm gonna make your family. Next time we're down there, I'm gonna get
Oh,
some
absolutely.
Oysters Rockefeller and.
Oh, I'm sure. Even I feel like everyone would still eat it. I mean, my mom is
And then-
definitely a more raw oyster gal, but my dad would love them.
And then I'm gonna make your brother's girlfriend
Rachel.
Rachel. I'm gonna make her try them with me, as she has very similar taste to me.
Yes.
But
And she's just as willing to try whatever.
oh yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, that's one thing that I've
You kinda
always
have to be,
I've
you
always
know?
wanted to be with myself being a picky eater is being able to try things.
That's all you can ask of someone, you know? Like, as long as you're willing to try, I will not judge you for not liking something.
Yeah, and I retry things all the time. Like that's a
I'm
thing
kinda in
I
that
do
phase
as well.
right now.
As like because there's a lot of things that I didn't like when I was 16
up,
or whatever
yeah.
it was when I ended up trying it, and then now I taste it again. I'm like, wow, this is super good, and so it changes all the time. So that's why I like to
every
try
7
things all the
years.
time.
Every
Yeah.
7 years, your taste buds change.
Yeah, well, happy National Oysters Rockefeller Day.
We have one last national day to get into with you guys as you work towards these prizes, and it's looking like it's a National Bittersweet Chocolate Day. And chocolate lovers rejoice. National Bittersweet Chocolate Day on January 10th gives you an excuse to indulge in some chocolate satisfaction. You can also enjoy the bittersweet chocolate with Almonds Day on November 7th.
Ah, that's really, really funny. But bittersweet chocolate, super, super tasty. You pair it up with some almonds. I think that's even better. I love
That's my favorite thing
almonds
ever.
mixed up with a bittersweet chocolate. And I like bittersweet chocolate. I'm probably more of just like a sweet chocolate kind of guy.
I know, I'm a milk chocolate gal.
Yeah, but I have grown more of a love for bittersweet chocolate the older I get.
I think, no, honestly, I think semi-sweet is my favorite.
Semi-sweet. Okay.
Like, whenever I'm getting a bag of chocolate chips for cookies, for on top of my English muffins, whatever it is, I always get semi-sweet.
Semi-sweet.
And I don't know if it's just because that's what I grew up using with my chocolate chip cookies or what it was, but I feel like that's always the one I go to.
That's the one you like. I can't tell you the difference between semi-sweet, sweet, or I can tell you the difference between bittersweet, but I can't tell you. I only know sweet or bittersweet. But bittersweet, super tasty, as well as all chocolate to me. Tastes delicious.
Oh, absolutely. As we got Mama Bit taking home yet another win over at Broadway Pizza Coon Rapids. $65.20 on that double Musco going out to you. This is actually not a double Musco. It is.
Yes.
I was going to say, that's a pride Musco. Nicely done, Mama Bit, taking that prize home in this game number 7. We're about to be enrolled in a game number 8 now, where that minor prize is clicking up to 54 balls or less.
Oh, yeah, and definitely happy National Bittersweet Chocolate Day, but we definitely need to talk a little bit about some Twins news, as the article that I put in there, I mean, when I put it in there, it was posted like 20 minutes ago. Now it is an out-of-date post because the Twins have officially made the move. They were able to sign Carlos Correa, an absolutely huge signing. Shortstop Carlos Correa, and the Minnesota Twins finalized a 6-year, $200 million contract.
That's
Sources tell
insane.
ESPN. The deal has a vesting option that can max out at $270 million. It is pending his physical, though.
That is crazy.
Okay, obviously the physical was the thing that was the snag up on the Mets side, so hopefully his physical goes great for us, as we signed him for a lot shorter of a deal than the Mets were, as theirs was a 10-year deal, ours is only a 6-year deal.
Okay.
I think I'm a lot more confident about a 6-year deal of him playing some elite baseball for the upcoming 6 years on that ankle, and so I really, really like the deals. He's one of the best shortstops in the league, and really flipped around this offseason from being one where I was like, what was happening? How big of an improvement are we going to make? I had a lot of questions and kind of was just waiting, I guess, till the upcoming season to get those answers. But with Carlos Correa getting that deal finalized has really solidified in my book that this has been a really, really good offseason. And I think this Twins team can be really good heading into the 2023 MLB season.
Absolutely, and we will keep you guys up to date with everything happening with our Twins in their offseason. And in the meantime, if you want to show your support for them, you can play the awesome eTab game Twins Win. Pick a lucky batter in the Home Run Derby bonus round and end up winning some Grand Slam prizes. It's a lot of fun, and you guys should definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially after the Twins had such a big day today, signing one of the best shortstops in the entire league. But we do have some standings to talk about, and these are the final standings from Season 12. The winners from the Twiking Zone. And in 10th place, we got Red over at American Legion Fridley with 113,000 points. With 122,000 points in 9th place, we got Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant. 8th place is T-Bone over at Poppers with 142,000 points. With 148,000 points also in Poppers, we got Tez in 7th. 6th place is Kirby over at VFW Blaine with 164,000 points. And with 223,000 points in 5th place, we got Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven. 4th place is Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park with 236,000 points. And with 266,000 points in 3rd place, we got Nan at Corky's Bar South Haven. The 2nd place player is Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine with 298,000 points. And the number 1 player winning this lunchtime bingo standings, it's Mikey Wins over at the Maple Tavern with 391,000 points going out to them.
Absolutely. Nicely done to Mikey Wins and the entirety of our top 10 standings. On the location side of things, finishing off Season 12 strong, in 10th place, we had the Lakefront Bar in La Center, who finished with 170,000 points. Then in 8th place, we finished with a tie between Steve-O's and Crystal and Halfley's Bar of Richmond, both with 184,000. Excuse me. Then in 7th place, we had Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids, finishing with 209,000 points. Then in 6th place, we had Our Place on 3rd and Faribault, who had 318,000. Then with 351,000 in 5th place, we had VFW Blaine. 4th place ended up being Poppers in Virginia with 467,000. 3rd place, Corky's Bar South Haven finished with 492,000 points. Then with 589,000 points in 2nd place, it's American Legion Fridley. While leading the pack in 1st place, absolutely dominating in Season 12, we had VFW Spring Lake Park finish with 698,000 points.
Yeah, good job to all of those players and locations killing it in Season 12. Can't wait to see Season 13 get underway, as we're already over a week in. But if you guys aren't playing our live bingo, check out our e-tabs. We have so many different e-tabs to choose from, and right now we're listening to a little bit of Blazing Wheels, one of my favorite, where you could spin the Blazing Wheel in a great bonus round and take home some great prizes. But if that's not your type of e-tab game, we have over 70 different Charitable e-tab games that you can play. You can actually play at any time and win huge prizes up to $1,500. All games have small bets between 50 cents and $5, and awesome bonus and free play rounds in those games.
Absolutely. They're a lot of fun. You guys should definitely go check out all the different eTab games that we have to offer. I guarantee you will find one you like. But as we are playing here, we got the Monolot as well as Player. They are both splitting up that Musco prize, $4.70 getting split between you both. Nicely done in this round number
8.
Round number 8, we're about to be enrolled in a round number 9 now with that minor clicking up to 56 balls or less. Definitely get enrolled.
Yeah, it should be some fun stuff as we only have 4 more opportunities to give out these prizes. And as you guys are getting enrolled, we got a little music history. This one, a pretty cool one, as in 1949, the vinyl record format war heats up as RCA introduced the 45 RPM 7-inch record. It eventually replaced the 78 RPM record. For singles, one song on each side. That the format takes off in the early years of the rock era. So finally able to put multiple songs on a record.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff. I mean, no wonder it replaced the former singles record.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it wouldn't even make sense to
I was
keep
gonna
that
say
around.
it,
I
yeah.
mean, it is great that they had that and really, really revolutionized records and the music industry during the time.
Absolutely, and it's awesome to see that it's still as prevalent today, and so many people are wanting to have record players in their homes and making sure that they have that, and just bringing back that kind of style of music, which is really fun to see.
I really want to get a old record player, like one that like not one of those electric ones that plugs in the speakers and stuff
you
like
want
that.
like a credenza one that has the built-in record player and the amps.
I really, really want them because the sound coming from those is just so different than any other sound that you'll get listening to music. And so that's like one of my like life-ending goals is like, in my house, if I could have two musical things, and that's a grand piano and a vintage old record player. Those are like two things for music I really want in my home.
Well, we're gonna have a piano eventually.
Yes. Yes.
We get to have my grandpa's.
Oh, yes.
He's
Yes.
got a full piano.
That's a really, really
and
cool.
it's a really cool one because it's almost like an organ in a sense. Like it's up against the wall and it's got it all built into a tall body behind it other
Yes.
than having it out.
Yes, it's the classic wall piano, which you see very popularized in actually a lot of Christmas movies. You'll actually see
I was going to say like
movies
Christmas
very
movies,
similar.
church, schools.
Yes, those I say Christmas movies are the number one I see of like you go to the grandpa's house in the Christmas movie and he's playing the piano on the side or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly what movie I'm like clearly thinking of from that, but I have a clear movie that I'm thinking of, but it just can't think of the name. But
all right.
definitely a cool day of music history as finally was able to add more songs onto the vinyl record.
Absolutely, but also on this day, but in 2006, the High School Musical soundtrack is released. It sells 6,000 copies its first week, but after the movie airs on January 20th, it does a lot better, eventually selling over 4 million, making it the number one album of 2006.
The number one album of 2006, the High School Musical soundtrack.
It was a big one.
Yeah, I mean, as a
still
kid
big.
growing up during that time, absolutely loved it. I mean, great stuff. Really, really cool.
I mean, even this past year, we watched a reality show and someone performed the Soarin' Flyin' song as their performance on Love Island.
Oh, I
wasn't gonna out you like
I
that.
completely forgot about that. I mean, I don't care that I watched Love Island with you. I mean, yeah, I'm watching it with you. If I watched it by myself, I'd probably be a little bit more, against
But
it.
yeah, no, one of the people literally performed a tribute to High School Musical.
That's
Just this past year. It's still as prevalent as it was in 2006.
That's really, really funny. I must have missed that part of it, but that's a really good. I mean, High School Musical, a classic movie that has remained one of the biggest movies from my childhood. It makes sense that the soundtrack did so good, as the soundtrack maybe even better than the movie itself.
What is your favorite song from it?
Ooh,
I have one immediately.
gosh, it probably Get Your Head in the Game. That's probably my number
that's a
one.
good one, yeah.
Number one is that's the one like I like actually like wanted to like do as a kid. Like I would like grab the basketball out and like want to like dribble the ball to the rhythm and everything like that. So I would say Get Your Head in the Game.
Mine is Bop to the Top.
That's such a good one as well. Like that's one that like I sang a lot as a joke because it was so fun to sing.
It's just such a fun song.
Yes,
You
we
can't even
we
deny
got
it.
Player over at the All Star Sports taking home a nice must-go prize of $10.40 in this game number 9. We're now going to be getting rolled into a game number 10 with that minor prize clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. But tonight is a PGL night, so we got to talk about PGL stuff. And so if you want to earn points and compete into our PGL top 10s, you got to get signed up at PGL.world and become a member of our league. PGL players, they compete for points and have access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a lot of great information in it. So hopefully you guys get signed up today, and if you do so, we'll get you added to our PGL new member spotlight.
That's right, and the players who just signed up at PGL.world kicking off their Season 13 right, we had Murphy, M9872, Holly Soda, Lee's123, Lee's Mini, Crocs, J Hall 78, Mando's 99, Jessica, Ace, Finally One, GMB, Pack and Q, Aqua Crew, Minion, Half Dog 34, Sky Blue, MN McMahon 5, Tubby 20, Baba Bowie, as well as M Fitzwell, and our final player who signed up was GFCC0B Gag. Everyone signing up. Nicely done. Welcome to the Pilot Gambling League. Make sure you guys are heading on over to all the special nights that we have to offer here at Pilot Games. But not just that, a great way to kickstart those PGL points is by as soon as you signed up, download our Player Connect app, log in, and right above your player icon, you'll see Sports Link. Click on that, and it'll take you directly to our e-tip boards, which you guys can play for free. And if you choose 5 squares for the Vikings versus Giants game before the kickoff happens this Sunday, January 15th, you might be awarded some extra PGL points. They get awarded for the first, second, third, and fourth quarters assigned randomly to the squares that you pick out. So make sure you guys play for free in that Player Connect app and earn some PGL points for Season 13.
And it's a good opportunity to win some prizes, as we had so little amount of people filling out those e-tip boards last week that only one player was actually able to take home PGL points. And that was Trish taking home the fourth quarter PGL points. I think 2,000 PGL points going out to Trish on that e-tip board win. And so we need more players getting those things filled out, especially with it being a playoff week. We want to see a lot of heavy play and a lot of points being awarded.
Absolutely, but we have heavy play throughout the entirety of our seasons with our PGL players on our specialty nights. They have been competing all season 12 long, tooth and nail, to get into these PGL standings, and we officially have our final rankings from season 12.
Oh yeah, and in 10th place, we got TTWL69 over at Spinner's Bar, who took home 1,198,000 points. With 1,315,000 points in 9th place, we got Bergar over at Southtown Lanes. 8th place is Big Dog over at Little Fall Bowling Center with 1,317,000 points to end the season off. With 1,337,000 points in 7th place, we got Brizo over at the Underground Bar and Grill. 6th place is Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin with 1,345,000 points. 5th place is Panda over at the Roadside with 1,367,000 points. With 1,422,000 points in 4th place, we got Chapsters over at Moe's. And 3rd place, we got Devoided over at the Roadside with 1,436,000 points. With 1,504,000 points in 2nd place, we got Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill. And in 1st place, we got Forget You D over at VFW Austin with 2,001,000 points.
Absolutely, and all the locations they played at through the entirety of Season 12 also got to take home points and compete against each other in their own standings. And on the location side of things, finishing off Season 12 in 10th place, we had Neeson's Gaylord finish with 3,607,000. 9th place was Clancy's on Island Lake in Park Rapids with 3,656,000. Then with 3,679,000 in 8th place, we had the Stanchion Bar in Hamel. While in 7th, we had VFW Austin as they finished with 3,697,000. Then in 6th place, it was LJ's in Miltona, who finished with 3,867,000. Then in 5th place, it's the Cabin Bar Nicolette with 4,491,000. 4th place ended up being VFW Northfield with 4,641,000. Then in 3rd, we got the Friendly Buffalo and Big Lake with 4,699,000 points. 2nd place ended up being Poppers in Virginia with 5,380,000, while in 1st place in a league of their own, we had Howie Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 6,436,000.
Yeah, definitely awesome stuff to those PGL players and locations. Can't wait to see Howie Sports Bar and Grill and Forget You D get their names engraved on that Pilot Winter Cup. But we do have a little bit of Wild news to talk about, as our Wild took a loss in their last game, losing 3-0 on the back half of a back-to-back, which our defense played great, but offense just couldn't get it going.
We do have Nurse Life over at Duffy's Bar and Grill Wyndham, taking home that that Musco prize, $15.80 on that one. Nicely done, Nurse Life. That minor prize is clicking up from 58 to 60 balls or less, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled in the second to last game.
Oh yeah, no, only 2 games left. We want to give out prizes. 60 balls or less, like you said, already sitting at $77. So make sure you guys get enrolled in the next 2 minutes. But hopefully we can turn that around, as we got a game happening happening today for our Wild against the Rangers. That's going to be happening at 6 p.m. and should be a pretty entertaining one, as our Wild have come off of 2 losses, 1 overtime loss, 1 true loss, and we need to get back onto that winning side of things, as we were on such a hot streak before those 2 games.
Absolutely, and if you want to show your support for our Wild, you can play the awesome eTab game that we teamed up with them for. Let's go Wild. If you check out that Slapshot bonus round, you could end up winning some huge prizes as well.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff. But moving from one ice to another ice, we got a fishing report to check in with, as me and Jordy are going to be checking in with Preston, Lanesboro, Southeast Minnesota trout streams, done by Explore Minnesota on December 30th.
Absolutely, and apparently trout fishing is a catch and release only from Saturday, January 1st through Friday, April 14th at all designated trout streams in Dodge, Fillmore, Goodhue, Houston, Mower, Olmsted, Wabasha, and Winona counties. There are also catch and release fishing opportunities all winter in the Beaver Creek Valley, Forestville, and Whitewater State Parks, as well as in the city limits of Chatfield, Lanesboro, Preston, Rushford, as well as Spring Valley.
Definitely awesome stuff there. Hopefully you guys are having a lot of fun doing a little bit of catch and release fishing, and hopefully some of you other fishermen are out there getting the ice fishing going, as it seems like things just continue to progress as temperatures drop.
Oh yeah.
But we do have a little reminder for you guys, as like these players past Jordy, right there, they sent in their player pictures so that we were able to show off them in this enrolling screen. And so we would love for you guys to do that exact same thing. We love seeing pictures of you winning a great jackpot, maybe you playing with your favorite eTab game, or you having a good time playing Pilot games with your friends or just by yourself. You can send in those pictures by sharing them through direct messaging them to us on Facebook, putting them on any of your social media with the hashtag PilotGames, or email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com.
Absolutely. We love showcasing all the different player pictures you guys send in, whether they're in our enrolling screens or in our commercials throughout the day. We love showcasing you guys as much as possible because it is a lot of fun. So make sure you guys are sending all those player pictures our way, whether you're taking home those jackpots or just having a blast with Pilot Games. But we are officially in this round number 11, and we got some Vikings news to talk about, as they are officially 13-4.
Oh, yeah. And what we're checking in with is what Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell is saying about the Giants.
Okay.
And on their first matchup, Kevin O'Connell said the Vikings needed everything we had to win that one, and no reason in the world that the expectation wouldn't be the same. I'm really glad that he has that mentality. We did get a win on the Giants earlier on in the season, and we can't be coming thinking like, oh, we already beat this team. This is an easy first round matchup for us, as no first round matchup in the NFL is ever easy. And I think Vikings got the right mindset heading into it and going to try and bring it all against those Giants. He also was saying that playing at home is huge for the Vikings, as they went 8-1 at US Bank Stadium in the regular season. The Vikings are 40-18 at US Bank Stadium since the opening in 2016, meaning they have a really, really good record there, including a 1-0 postseason. When that happened was the Minneapolis Miracle, as so many of you guys remember Stephon Diggs chucking his helmet during that playoff game. Was so fun. The Giants lost both of their trips to the venue in 2016 and earlier this season. The environment there is expecting it to be a super energized on Sunday.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to see what's going to be happening, and that game is happening at 3:30 this Sunday when they play the Giants. And we've teamed up with them for the awesome eTab game Vikings Victory, where if you pick a lucky letter in that skull bonus round, you'll end up taking home some huge prizes.
Oh, yeah. But speaking of a huge prize, this celebrity birthday is definitely a prize. As 1864, we got George Washington Carver. I know he's one of Ben's favorite celebrities out there, as he's the guy who created peanut butter. He's an African-American agricultural scientist who studied peanuts, and I'm a huge peanut butter guy. I mean, I think me and my entire family's big peanut butter people, and
I'm a
so
big peanut butter
thank you,
too.
George Washington Carver.
We got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven taking home that must-go prize, $20.20 going out to you. That means we're running up at a 62 ball or less minor on our final game of Game Day Bingo. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled in this final game before we'll let you guys loose for the remainder of your day. But we are closing in on $100 on that minor prize, so make sure you guys are grabbing those iPads and getting ready.
Oh, yeah, definitely some great stuff. And I just have to make sure that he is the one who created...
Peanut butter?
Yeah, did he create peanut butter?
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
He did not invent peanut butter, actually. He was one of the greatest inventors in American history, discovering over 300 uses for peanuts, including chili sauce, shampoo, shaving cream, and glue. But he did not invent, actually, peanut butter.
It wasn't until 1884 where Marcellus Gilmore Edison in Canada, he patented the peanut paste. And then he finished the product by milling and roasting peanuts between two heated surfaces, and then eventually went on to band with the creator of Kellogg's, John Harvey Kellogg, and he patented the process of creating peanut butter from raw peanuts.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. Happy birthday, George Washington Carver, too. As I love peanuts in general,
Yeah.
just anything that has to do, any kind of peanut product. And so happy birthday, George Washington Carver.
Absolutely. In 1908, we got Paul Henreid. He is the Austrian-American actor. He's known for his work in the original Casablanca, now as well as Voyager.
I mean, amazing films, and so huge actor. I haven't seen those films, but I just know the fact that I know them by name is enough to say about them. And so happy birthday, Paul Henreid, a huge actor, being in some of the biggest films of his time. Next up, born in 1938, we got Frank Malovich, a Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame left wing and politician. He was a 6-time Stanley Cup winner.
Very cool stuff. Happy birthday, Frank. Next up, we have in 1938, Willie McAvoy. He is the American Baseball Hall of Fame first baseman. He was a 6-time MLB All-Star, an NL MVP in 1969, and an NL home run leader in 1963, again in 1968, and then again in 1969. He played for the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Next up, born in 1945, we got Rod Stewart, a British singer who did Maggie May, Do You Think I'm Sexy, Downtown Train, and many others. Yeah, definitely a big-time singer.
Absolutely. Happy birthday, Rod Stewart. I'll have to tell my mom about it. In 1949, we got George Foreman, the American boxer, world heavyweight champion of 1973 through 74, and then again in 1995. He also is the creator of the George Foreman grills.
Yes, huge.
I think that is a pretty successful life.
It's so funny that, being as great of a champion boxer as he was,
that is not what he's known for.
That is not his legacy that he's left behind.
No.
His legacy has been the George Foreman grill. Like, so funny. Happy birthday, George Foreman. Next up, though, born in 1965, our final celebrity birthday is Butch Hartman, an American animator who did The Fairly Odd Parents, as well as Tough Puppies.
Nice. Very cool stuff. Well, happy birthday to all of our celebrity birthdays out to you guys. Do we want to go over these?
No, we are in our final game right now, trying to give out the
62
minor jackpot.
We do have some movies released on this day as you guys are working towards that prize. And in 2002, the 25th Hour was released.
Yes, who's the guy from Glass Onion? The main...
Daniel Craig.
No. I'm thinking of... The other guy.
Edward Norton.
Yes, Edward Norton. He's the main character of the 25th Hour. I've never seen this one, but it seems to be a pretty good cast.
It's got some of my favorite people in it.
People, and definitely something that I probably will end up watching in the next few weeks.
Absolutely. Well, nice. And also, the second movie released on this day was just a year later, and that's Just Married. I know this one. This has got Ashton Kutcher. It's got Brittany Murphy. I actually have not seen the full thing myself, but
really?
I love everyone in the
I'm so surprised because I thought like most of those Ashton Kutcher rom-coms that you'd seen pretty much all of them. And
I actually haven't. Some of them are pretty raunchy. I didn't.
You missed out on quite a few of them just due
I was a
to
good
the
kid
age.
when I was told that things were inappropriate, I just didn't watch them. Like I fully believed it was too inappropriate for me.
That's great. I mean that's what I did as a kid too.
Yeah.
So that's but yeah, really fun casting. I mean Ashton
I think they
Kutcher
get married in Vegas
does
or
really
amazing.
He does a good job in rom-coms, I think, because he has so many of them.
Yeah.
We do have Mama Bit over at Broadway Pizza Coon Rapids taking home that final must-go prize of $27, meaning that minor jackpot is going to be growing and rolling into after the game of Lucky 4 Bingo, into that second stint of Game Day Bingo. But as you guys are getting enrolled into a little Lucky 4 Bingo, and me and Jordy are going to leave you guys off, I got a player spotlight for you, and that's Lucky over at the Classic Bowl, who took home $57,205 over at the Classic Bowl. They were supporting the Coon Rapids Lions Club. Their mission is to empower Lions Club volunteers and partners to improve health and well-being, strengthen communities, and support those in need through humanitarian service and grants that impact lives globally and encourage peace and international understanding.
That's a great jackpot Lucky got to take home this past week, and an even better charity they supported while playing. You just have about 2 minutes to jump into our first round of Lucky 4 Bingo, so we're going to let you guys loose. And remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
See ya.
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skol, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Kriesel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
Gossip bonus.
Wah, wah, wah.
Gossip bonus.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello. This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
Saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous Days! Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby.
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talking his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
Gossip bonus.
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It was awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby!
Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus!
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It's awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.
Our mission is to serve the community. Pilot Games has given us the opportunity to provide those resources and so forth that we need to our schools, to our fire department, to our library, to organizations that help the hungry. All of those are all made possible by the Pilot Games organization.
There it is. 53 balls.
We're at the Ledge Amphitheater in White Park, Minnesota.
I saw the Blues Brothers 2 years ago with these guys.
Blues Brothers 2 years ago was a lot of fun. Prior to that, it was the Beach Boys, and with John Stamos, it was awesome.
I have never been to a PyCon event before. This is my first time, and I am loving it.
Yeah, this is incredible. We pulled in, parked, got some free beers, amazing free food.
Famous days!
Hey everyone, Famous Dave here, smoking up the best ribs in America.
Having a great time so far. We got a picture with John Randall. It's pretty awesome.
John Randall is like my favorite.
Skull, 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 baby! Really cool seeing John Creasel. Really cool listening to him talk and his story.
This is my first PyCon, and I've had a blast.
Willie is my favorite.
I'm excited for Willie Nelson.
I grew up listening to Willie Nelson my whole life.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Have a really nice day!
The entertainment, the people watching, cocktails, t-shirts.
Drink and eat and be with everybody.
Fabulous experience.
Either way, I don't know why you would miss this. That's all I gotta say.
He said we're making sure to come every year.
Get your butt here, man. Get your butt here.
Wah, wah, wah.
That's a bonus!
G'day, mate. Aloha.
Hello.
This is fantastic. I've never been anything like this before.
It's almost like being in a haunted house without people jumping out at you.
The decorations are amazing. Jack wanted to get his picture next to the skeleton, and I was taking the picture. I was like, oh my gosh, that's prosciutto.
PyCon 2022. I think it's amazing. It's just wonderful. Everybody's welcoming. They're helpful. It's just so much fun.
If you get an opportunity, go for it. The people, all the different decorations, the food, just the excitement.
And then to see ZZ Top at the end of this, awesome.
We're here for ZZ Top. I'm a huge fan of ZZ Top.
ZZ Top.
I love winning on the pilot kicks. I won $2,800 a month ago.
She won $48,000 on bingo. Yeah, baby.
I won $13.28 plus $48,000.
$30,000, $20,000 at Bleachers Bar.
We have each other pick our bonuses and, you know, for good luck or whatever. And
Everybody can kind of get in on the fun.
It was amazing. I loved it. I would come back.
It was awesome. Get me on that list. I'm here.
I will be here next year, absolutely. And you should be too.